So in the wake of the Kirk Hammett Epiphone Flying V's that were leaked and subsequently announced a couple days after that, the Greeny model has leaked, and I'm not impressed. While there are some things of note here, such as the Gibson style open book headstock, well, actually, not even Gibson style, it is basically the Gibson headstock, and the fact that this has the Gibson Greeny buckers, it's basically the Epiphone 59 Les Paul for the most part. Um, Honestly, the color, um, I don't think looks good. It just looks like a lemon burst, or well, a lemon drop Epiphone Les Paul. There's nothing here that like really makes you think of Greeny, which I wasn't expecting them to put out like an aged version with like wear and tear and all that. But I mean, this thing doesn't even. I don't know. It just there's nothing about it that makes it kind of like sets it apart from the other guitars in Epiphone's lineup, and which is kind of odd for a guitar that's as iconic as a Greeny. It's also got that faded, the same satin finish that the 59 Epiphones have, which are fine on those, but it like looks weird on here. Maybe if it was a gloss finish, it would look better. Like I don't understand why they're like it's not worn and beat up like Greeny is, but they're giving it like a worn finish. Like just make it gloss. But my main bone of contention here is is the overall finish. Like I don't know, it just looks plain. Like when you look at the Joe Bonamassa Lazarus, like to me that looks more like Greeny than this guitar does. It just the top's so plain and blah, which honestly has been kind of an issue with Epiphone lately. Every once in a while you'll see one that looks really good, but for the most part they've been kind of eh, you know, which on a guitar that's maybe $599 isn't such a big deal, but when you're getting into the $1,500 range, this thing better look really nice, and this does not look like a $1,500 guitar. And I've gone pretty easy on Epiphone because the products that I've bought and played have been good, and even the stuff that's, you know, inching above $1,000, I understand where that price is coming from. Whereas this, I mean, yeah, I guess there's a little bit of extra money involved in the tooling to make what appears to be a one-piece neck, but they were already doing that with the Lazarus. So you got to throw $200 on top of what the other Kirk Hammett guitars are for some headstock redesign to make it look like a Gibson headstock. And I don't think the pickups should be that much more than what's in the Kirk Hammett Flying V's, because those are the Gibson T-style humbuckers. So yeah, I don't know, like these are pretty comparable to the Burstbuckers that are in the 59s and the Bonamassa. So this is a weird price point, and it really feels like it's capitalizing off of, oh hey, it's Greeny. I don't know, man. I think there's better options out there. Like this is a hard sell. You know, like with the V's, I could at least say like, well, it's a pretty traditional 70s style V. They got the headstock right, they got the body right. Epiphone's not really offering anything quite like that. Plus you're getting Gibson pickups and you're getting a case. You know, $12.99 is not that bad. This, I mean, for the most part, you could buy, if you're okay. Let me preface this by saying, if you're fine with whatever the headstock looks like, you could buy the Lemon Drop 59 Epiphone Les Paul, take out the Burstbuckers, sell those, and take the money from that, and probably buy a set of Greeny pickups from Gibson to put into that guitar, and you're basically there. Now, granted, the back's different color. This one's like a brown natural mahogany, and the 59s have like that red that some people love or hate. But I don't know, man. This is, or even the Bonamassa. You could get the Bonamassa Lazarus for $200-300 less than what this is selling for on the used market, at least. And that's the other thing. I guarantee these are going to be bought up, and you're going to see them on Reverb and eBay and shit like that for a grossly inflated price. Allegedly, November 21st is the release date. By November 22nd, they'll be on Reverb for $2,000. I almost guarantee it. So I don't know, man. Like I said, this one's a hard sell, and there's nothing here that nothing really impresses me. If they would have made it $12.99, that would have been a different story. But oof, and for a lot of people, $12.99 is a hard sell for an Epiphone. I've been seeing it on forums and even in the comments of my own videos. People aren't too thrilled about the $1,000 plus Epiphones that have been coming out, which a lot of us have been saying were coming. But yeah, this one's going to be an even harder pill to swallow. But I mean, it's going to sell. It's going to sell like hotcakes. People are going to buy it because people are going to look at it and they're not going to want to pay the $3,200 for the Gibson standard version of this, and definitely not the $20,000 for the for the Murphy Lab. So I can see it being popular, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's. I buy guitars based on. Honestly, I buy guitars that first I think look cool, and have utility to them. Usually the specs I'm not too hung up on, but this is a hard sell for me. And like, I have an LTD EC256 that cost a third of this, and it has a much nicer top than, well, a much nicer veneer than this does. And the color, to me, I think is more greeny-ish than this thing. I mean, this thing just looks like highlighter yellow to me. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think they kind of dropped the ball with this, and they really shouldn't have. This is something that they should have put the time and effort into it. And like I said, if you're going to charge this kind of money, fuck, that top better look a lot nicer than. I mean, I know there's going to be some variance even within a product line that uses a veneer, but this don't look good. It really don't. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and while you're down there, if you could subscribe, that'd be honestly a great help, because a lot of you watch, but a lot of you don't subscribe. So anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch, and we will see you in the next one.